Page number 128. So Portia had told Shylock, since he had attempted implicitly and explicitly to kill Antonio by putting such condition in the bond, a pound of flesh, he has to be put to death and his property be taken away by the state. So at the end, the Duke says that to show the difference between you and me, attitudes, difference of attitude, I am forgiving you already even before you ask. And regarding the property, the half will go to Antonio, the other half can be reduced into a fine if you humble yourself. That's where we stopped. Portia, A for the state, not for Antonio. That is, the property which is supposed to go to the state should be taken away. What is going to Antonio should be kept with him. Shylock, nay, take my life and all, pardon not that. You take my house when you do take the prop, that doth sustain my house. You take my life when you do take the means whereby I live. So Shylock is giving a comparison. You know, a house. Suppose you take your house, you take the school building. I am here now standing in there in our school in the first floor. Our school is built on the pillars. Built on the pillars. Suppose you knock down all the pillars, what will happen? Then the building will collapse. So, for that matter, any building, it stands on its base, stands on its pillars. Pillars are knocked down, building will collapse. So that's what Shylock is saying. Just like the pillars, they are the supports. Pillars support the building. Similarly, the resources, my resources will support me and help me to live. If resources are taken away, if my property is taken away, my property is confiscated by the state, entire thing, then how do I live? And now you are saying, I am pardoning you. Your life will be spared. Don't spare my life. Please kill me. Please kill me. Put me to death. That's better. Portia, what mercy can you render him, Antonio? So when Shylock was feeling miserable that he has no money at all, Portia asked Antonio, what mercy can you render him? Render means give or show. What mercy can you show to Shylock? So Gratiano immediately intervenes and he says, a halter gratis, nothing else for God's sake. We have already seen he is speaking about a rope to hang himself. Since he does not have money to buy a rope, let the state provide it freely. So now Gratiano goes a step further and he says, we will give a rope freely, a halter gratis, nothing else for God's sake. So we will give him a rope freely. A rope to hang himself will be given freely. Maybe Gratiano is planning to sponsor the rope for Shylock's hanging. So even before Antonio could answer, Gratiano answers. Now Antonio speaks. He replies to the lawyer's questioning, what mercy can you show to Shylock? Antonio says, so please my lord the Duke and all the court to quit the fine for one half of his goods. I am content. So he will let me have the other half in use to render it upon his death unto the gentleman that lately stole his daughter. Two things provided more, that for this favor he presently become a Christian. The other, that he do record a gift here in the court of all he dies possessed unto his son Lorenzo and his daughter. So now this should be little clarification from some of you. Some of the students get confused with this idea. It's very simple. So what Antonio says is, okay, now suppose Antonio Shylock has got let us say 80,000. Suppose he has got 80,000 rupees, 80,000 worth property he has got. Just imagine. So half of it will go to state. So 40 will go to state treasury. State treasury. 40,000 will go to state treasury. 40,000 will come to Antonio. Okay. Now Portia is asking Antonio, in what way can you help Shylock? So what Antonio says is, half of this, that is 20,000 I will give to him. Let him use it, no problem. Another 20,000 is kept with me in a trust that he should give it to his daughter and son-in-law when he dies. Not only this 20,000, also whatever he has when he dies. Understood now? This is understood. 40 to state, 40 to Antonio. Of the 40, 20 he will give to Shylock. Another 20,000 Antonio will keep with himself in a trust, and that will go to Shylock's daughter and son-in-law, that is Jessica and Lorenzo, at his death. Also, whatever property he has, already he has got this 20, and whatever business Shylock does and ends at his death, at Shylock's death, all the property he has will go to Jessica and Lorenzo. You should make a gift deed. Must make an agreement that when I die, whatever I possess will go to Jessica and Lorenzo. You should write. That is one condition. Second, there are two more conditions. One more condition is that is he should become a Christian immediately. Shylock should become a Christian, and he should sign a contract, a bond that when he dies, all the property will go to Jessica and Lorenzo. Just I'll read once again. If you have any doubt, you may ask me. So please, my Lord. So please, my Lord means if it pleases you. He's telling Duke. If it pleases you, my Lord, Duke, and all the court, to quit the fine, I'm satisfied, I'm happy to quit, leave the fine, say goodbye to the fine for one half of his goods. I'm content, that is satisfied, content is satisfied. So he will let me have the other half in use to render it, to give it upon his death unto the gentleman that lately stole his daughter, that is Lorenzo. Two things provided more, that for this favor, I'm doing a favor to him. Actually, it should belong to me. I'm ready to give half to him now, another half to be kept in a trust and given to Lorenzo and Jessica. For this favor, he presently, that is immediately, become a Christian. The other, that he do record a gift here in the court of all he dies possessed unto his son Lorenzo and his daughter. Anybody has any doubt? I think it's clear. Anybody has any doubt? Just lift your hand. Okay, good. We'll go ahead. Page number 129. Duke, he shall do this, or else I do reckon the pardon that I late pronounced here. So Duke says, he shall do this. He's so very stern, very stern. He says, he shall do this. If he does not, I do reckon. I do reckon means I shall withdraw the pardon that I just pronounced here. Even before he's asking, I pronounced pardon to him, that his life is spared. But if he is not going to do this, that if he doesn't become a Christian and he does not make a gift deed, I am going to withdraw the pardon. Portia, art thou contented, Jew? What dost thou say? Are you happy? Are you satisfied with the judgment, decision? What do you say? Shylock, I am content. I am happy. I am satisfied. Portia, clerk, draw a deed of gift. Deed of gift is a paper, a stamp paper written and signed by Shylock and a witness that he will give the property at his death, whatever he has will be handed over or will go to Jessica and Lawrence. Shylock, I pray you give me leave to go from hence. I'm not well. Send the deed after me and I will sign it. So Shylock is fed up, frustrated, desperate. So he says, let me go. I'm tired. I'm fed up. Because he came with the hope that he will have the pound of flesh and he will put an end to Antonio's life. Things turned over because of Portia. He turned the tables over. Now he has lost everything. At the end, he has no property also. Now he is going to live at the mercy of his enemy, Antonio. See, what a pity. So he is fed up. He says, let me go home. You send the deed there, I will sign it. Duke, get thee gone, but do it. Okay, you can go, but make sure that you sign. If you don't sign, you will be in trouble. Gratiano. In christening shalt thou have two godfathers. Had I been judge, thou shouldst have had 10 more to bring thee to the gallows, not to the font. Exit Shylock. So the reference is given on the right hand side. You can read it afterwards. That is to say, among the Christians, the baptism is a baptism. We call it a baptism. Baptism is a ceremony of joining somebody into the faith. For example, if it's a Christian, to make somebody Christian, when the children are born to the Christians, they will be brought to the church and there will be a fountain where the water is there, and they will take the priest, pujari, we call it pujari in Hinduism, we call it a priest in the Christians. So the priest will take some water and pour it on the head of the child, and he'll say, in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, I baptize you. That means inviting him as a member of the Christian community. That ceremony is called baptism. So when the child is taken for the baptism, normally parents need not be there, but godfathers should be there. Normally it is the grandparents or the godfathers or your mama or whoever it may be. One man and one woman. Elderly man and elderly woman should be there as godfathers. Their duty is to be present at the baptism and again later on to help them to grow in the Christian faith. So that is a reference. So now Gratiano says, normally there will be one godfather and one godmother. Two people should be there. But if I were the judge, I should have arranged 10 of them. 10 plus 2. 10 more. That means 10 plus 2. 12 will be there. That is in reference to a custom in Venice that 12 people, 12 jury members, 12 members of the court, jury members will together pronounce the death sentence of somebody. So now what Gratiano wants to say is, if I were the judge, I would not have spared Shylock. I would have called for a jury of 12 and condemned Shylock to death. That's what he say. That's a implied meaning. Gallows, place of execution. Not to the font. I will have 12 people, 10 plus 2, not to baptize him in the font and make him a Christian, but to kill him and send him to the burial ground. Duke, sir, I entreat you home with me to dinner. Entreat is invite. Duke is inviting Balthasar, the lawyer, for dinner. Portia, I humbly do desire your grace of pardon. That means I ask your grace for pardon. I must away this night toward Padua, and it is meet I presently set forth. I must away this night towards Padua means I must go away to Padua tonight. And it is meet, it is fitting It is fitting or it is necessary that I presently set forth. Set forth means start. So Portia very politely denies invitation of the Duke to have dinner with him, saying that please pardon me for this. I'm not able to come because I need to leave to Padua tonight, and it's better that I leave now. Next page, page number 130. I'm sorry that your leisure serves you not, Antonio. Gratify this gentleman, for in my mind you are much bound to him. So leisure is a free time, you know that. You have leisure. After 2 hours, you have leisure. That is a break period, break time. I'm sorry that your leisure serves you not. That is, I'm sorry that you do not have time to spare. You don't have free time to spare for me to have dinner. Antonio, then the Duke is tell Anthony, first line is addressed to the lawyer, that is Portia. Second line is to Antonio. Antonio, gratify this gentleman. Gratify means reward. REWARD. Reward this gentleman. Why? For, because in my mind means I think you are much bound to him. You are indebted to him. You are indebted to him. Indebted. Indebted to somebody. Here it is to Antonio. So Bassanio is sorry, Antonio and Bassanio, of course, but mainly Antonio. Antonio is indebted to Portia. Portia, the lawyer. So Duke is saying, Antonio, you are indebted to Portia, the lawyer, because he has done you so much of favor. He has saved your life. Therefore, you must reward him with something. Basani, excellent Duke, Magnificus, and Trade. So the Duke, they all came in the beginning of the scene. Now, from the scene, already Shylock has left. After that, now Duke, Magnificus, and Train, all his followers, attendants, all of them, they leave the stage. Now only Bassanio, Antonio, Portia, Nerissa, they are the characters left there. Bassanio. Most worthy gentleman, I and my friend have by your wisdom been this day acquitted of grievous penalties, in lieu whereof 3,000 ducats due unto the Jew, be freely cope your courteous pains within. So Bassanio is speaking on behalf of both of them, on behalf of Antonio and Bassanio. Bassanio is speaking. Most worthy gentleman, that is addressing to Portia. I and my friend have by your wisdom been this day acquitted. Acquitted is relieved, set free, relieved. Myself and my friend have been wonderfully saved by you of grievous penalties. Grievous is serious. Grievous is serious. Serious. I think the meaning is not given there. You can write it. Grievous. GRIEVOUS. Grievous is serious. Serious penalties. We have been saved from or spared from serious penalties, in lieu whereof. In lieu is in return for which. In lieu whereof. In return for which. That is, in return, as a token for what you have done. We would like to give you this. What is that? 3,000 ducats due unto the Jew. Be freely cope your courteous pains within. Courteous is kind, pains is trouble. So for the trouble you have taken to set both of us free, because when she set free Antonio, automatically Bassanio is also saved. Favor is done to him. Therefore, as a token of our love for your service, we would like to give the 3,000. We are supposed to give the Jew. Now, because your judgment, that has been cancelled. So this 3,000 is a huge amount. This 3,000 ducats we are planning to give to you, Antonio, and stand indebted over and above in love and service to you evermore. So Antonio adds, saying, not only that, more than that, over and above means in addition to 3,000 ducats giving to you, we will remain at your service forever, grateful to you always.